In the vast, open theater of the savanna, one predator stands out not for its size, but for its relentless spirit. The African wild dog is a creature of calculated movement and profound discipline. They do not rely on the sudden, bone-crushing power of the great cats. Instead, they operate like a finely tuned machine, where every gear turns in perfect synchronization with the next. Their hunts are not mere accidents of hunger, but are instead masterpieces of energy management. In a world where every calorie spent could mean the difference between life and death, the wild dog is the ultimate accountant of energy. They understand that brute force is often a waste, and that persistence is the most lethal weapon in their arsenal. When these painted wolves encounter the giants of the plains, their strategy shifts instantly. An adult elephant is a fortress of flesh and bone, a mountain that cannot be moved by teeth alone. When the elephants form their impenetrable defensive barriers, the dogs do not throw their lives away in a futile charge. They recognize the limit of their power, choosing to retreat and wait for a more favorable equation. The same tactical intelligence is seen when they face the baboon, a creature of high intellect and dangerous aggression. In the tangled terrain where baboons hold the advantage, the wild dogs refuse to play a losing game. They understand that control of the environment is just as important as the strength of the pack. To survive in the savanna, one must know when the odds are stacked against them. But when the target is an impala, a buffalo, or a wildebeest, the dogs unleash their true signature style. They do not seek a quick kill through a burst of speed that leaves them breathless and vulnerable. Instead, they apply a sustained, agonizing pressure that slowly erodes the will of their prey. They are the marathon runners of the predator world, chasing their targets over miles of dusty earth. During these long pursuits, the pack members rotate their positions with the precision of a cycling team. Those at the front, taking the brunt of the wind and the effort, eventually fall back to rest. Those who were lagging behind surge forward to take the lead, keeping the pressure constant. This rotation ensures that the pack never truly tires, while the prey is driven to the point of total physical collapse. This strategy results in a success rate that is staggering to contemplate. While the mighty lion may only succeed in 1 out of every 5 attempts, the wild dog boasts a success rate of over 70%. This is not a triumph of strength, but a triumph of precision, teamwork, and strategic patience. It is a reminder that in the long run, the collective will always outlast the individual. Moving from the pack to the solitary hunter, we find the leopard, the phantom of the grass. The leopard is an artist of stealth, a creature that thrives on the element of absolute surprise. Its independence is its greatest strength, allowing it to move unnoticed through the shadows. However, in the brutal social hierarchy of the savanna, this independence can also become a critical weakness. When a leopard is confronted by a coordinated pack of wild dogs, the dynamic of power shifts instantly. The leopard is a formidable fighter, but it cannot defend against attacks coming from every direction at once. Often, the leopard will choose to abandon its hard-earned kill rather than risk a debilitating injury. Under the collective pressure of the pack, even the most skilled solo hunter must bow to the reality of numbers. Yet even the wild dogs have a shadow that they fear, and that shadow belongs to the lion. Lions represent the heavy weight of territorial dominance and raw, superior strength. In a direct encounter, a lion can kill a wild dog with a single, crushing blow of its paw. The wild dogs know this, and they do not let ego cloud their judgment. The survival of the pack depends on recognizing these limits and avoiding unnecessary confrontation. They maintain a constant state of vigilance, eyes always scanning the horizon for the golden mane of a rival. When a lion appears, the dogs do not fight for pride, they retreat for the future. In this hierarchy, the truly wise know that living to hunt another day is the only real victory. While the dogs represent endurance, the cheetah represents the pinnacle of explosive velocity. The cheetah is a biological marvel, a creature built for a single glorious purpose: speed. Every part of its body, from its non-retractable claws to its oversized heart, is designed for acceleration. It does not seek to wear down its prey over miles, but to end the struggle in a matter of seconds. A cheetah's hunt is a brief, violent flash of movement that demands flawless execution. There is no room for error when you are traveling at 70 miles per hour. One trip, one misplaced step, and the hunt is over, leaving the cheetah exhausted and empty-handed. It is a high-stakes gamble where the predator puts everything on the line for a single moment of opportunity. But even the fastest land predator lives in a state of constant, simmering fear. Speed provides the kill, but it does not guarantee the right to keep it. Lions and hyenas, ever the opportunists, are always nearby, waiting to steal the rewards of the cheetah's labor. Because the cheetah is built for speed rather than combat, it must often walk away from its own meal to avoid a fight it cannot win. The cheetah's life is a constant balance between the need for food and the necessity of safety. They must prioritize survival over possession, a lesson that is written into their very DNA. To be a cheetah is to be the fastest, but also among the most vulnerable. It is a paradox of power that defines their existence on the open plains.
As the last light fades,
the challenges for the cheetah do not only come from other species, but from within their own ranks as well. Territorial disputes between males are a common occurrence, testing the dominance and resource control of each individual. These conflicts are often settled with intense warning displays, a language of posturing and vocalization meant to avoid physical damage. Yet when the stakes are high, these escalations reveal the deep intensity of survival pressures. Beyond their own kind, the spotted hyena remains a persistent and haunting challenge. Hyenas are the masters of numerical superiority and psychological warfare. Their chilling laughter is not a sign of mirth, but a signal of coordination and intent. A single hyena might be cautious around a cheetah, but a clan of hyenas is a force of nature that few can withstand. While a solitary cheetah will almost always retreat from a group of hyenas, something interesting happens in small coalitions. When male cheetahs form bonds, usually brothers from the same litter, they find a new kind of strength. Together, they can sometimes stand their ground against a hyena, shifting the balance of power through unity. In the savanna, as in life, numbers often outweigh even the most specialized skills. The drama of the hunt is not just about the predator, but about the incredible adaptations of the prey. The impala is a creature of extreme agility and constant nervous alertness. For a cheetah, selecting the right target among a herd of impalas is a task of extreme focus. They look for the weak, the young, or the isolated, knowing that a healthy adult in its prime is a difficult mark. The success rates for cheetahs when hunting impala hover around 60%, a respectable number that sustains their fragile existence. Every successful hunt is a testament to the cheetah's timing and the impala's momentary lapse in vigilance. It is a never-ending dance of life and death, where the slightest mistake by either party determines the outcome. However, when the cheetah turns its attention to the wildebeest, the difficulty increases exponentially. The wildebeest is not just a source of meat, but a member of a vast collective shield. When they sense danger, wildebeest move into tight, swirling formations that are nearly impossible for a solo predator to penetrate. They use their collective mass to create a barrier of horns and hooves. Even when cheetahs work together in a coalition, their success rate against wildebeest drops to about 40%. These encounters reinforce a central truth that resonates through every corner of the savanna. Unity remains the strongest defense. No matter how fast or skilled a predator may be, they are often humbled by the power of a group standing as one. The cycle of life begins in a state of extreme vulnerability for the young cheetah cubs. From the moment they are born, they are targets for every larger predator on the plains. Their mother is their only shield, guiding them with a mixture of tenderness and harsh reality. She teaches them the art of the stalk, the importance of camouflage, and the wisdom of staying silent. Early failures are not just setbacks for these cubs, they are vital lessons in the mechanics of survival. They learn that rushing too early leads to hunger, and that being too bold leads to danger. They must master the art of energy management before they are even fully grown. These years of apprenticeship are what shape them into the precision instruments they will eventually become. As adults, cheetahs continue to balance their incredible biological gifts with their inherent limitations. Their flexible spines and powerful cardiovascular systems allow for unmatched acceleration, but there is a heavy price to pay. The heat generated during a high-speed chase is so intense that their brains can actually overheat if the pursuit lasts too long. This physical limit dictates their entire hunting schedule. They choose to hunt during the cooler hours of the day, blending their biological precision with an acute environmental awareness. They are masters of the thermostat, knowing exactly how far they can push their bodies before the danger of heat stroke becomes greater than the reward of the kill. It is a life lived on the edge of a knife, where every action is a calculation of risk and reward. The law of the savanna is a law of constant adaptation and ruthless efficiency. It is a place where the lessons of the past are the only guide for the future. The wild dogs prove to us that coordination and endurance can outperform the most raw and terrifying strength. They show us that by working together, the small can overcome the great. The elephants and the wildebeest demonstrate that unity forms a shield that even the sharpest teeth cannot easily pierce. They teach us that there is safety in the herd and that we are stronger when we stand together. The lions show us the weight of dominance, the responsibility of the crown, and the high cost of maintaining a kingdom. The cheetah, in its elegant and fragile beauty, reveals the paradox of speed without power. It reminds us that being the best at one thing often means being vulnerable in others. In the Savanna, victory is never a permanent state. It is a temporary condition that must be earned again every single morning. Each encounter is a complex equation shaped by discipline, timing, and the collective will to survive. The survival belongs not to the strongest alone, nor to the fastest alone, but to those who truly understand their environment. It belongs to those who know when to advance with courage, when to endure with patience, and when to retreat with wisdom. These animals do not struggle against nature. They are a part of it, flowing with its rhythms and accepting its harsh realities. As we look at these stories from the wild, we can find many lessons for our own lives in the modern world. Like the wild dogs, we must learn the power of collaboration and the value of persistent, steady effort over short-term bursts. Like the cheetah, we must recognize our unique talents while remaining humble about our vulnerabilities. And like the wildebeest, we must never forget the strength that comes from supporting those around us. The Savanna is a mirror, reflecting the same power dynamics and challenges we face in our careers, our families, and our personal growth. It asks us, are we using our energy wisely? Are we protecting those who depend on us? Do we have the courage to walk away from a fight that serves no purpose? These are the questions that determine the quality of our survival. So I want to leave you with a thought to carry through your day. In your own life, what is your greatest strength and how are you protecting your own vulnerabilities? Do you rely on your own speed or have you built a pack that has your back when things get tough? The answers to these questions are the keys to navigating your own Savanna. Thank you for spending this time with us, exploring the deep mysteries of the natural world. I hope these stories have given you a new perspective on the meaning of strength and the beauty of adaptation. It is a privilege to share these journeys with you, and we look forward to many more.
The relentless, beautiful, ruthless, magnificent law of survival.